What's going on, beautiful people of YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is That's Miosha, and I am Megan Thee Stallion's jeans. Y'all, today I'm going to be telling y'all a few horror stories. I'm talking about nightmares about my hair because it gets sticky around these parts. When you grew up like me, a black, dark-skinned girl with 4C hair that was short. It's been short all my life. This ain't nothing new, okay? This is not anything new. You go through a lot. It changes you. Okay? It does. It does. I don't care what nobody say. I don't want to hear none of it. I don't want to hear none of it.
Shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me.
I don't want to hear none of it. It changes you. I'm going to tell you guys a few of my hairstyle horror story. Even though I do have my natural hair out right now, and I did just mention natural hair, this is not going to be exclusive to natural hair, y'all. I have had experiences. I've had some experiences, okay? So the first natural hair horror story that I have is when... Sorry, y'all. That's my bedtime. That's my bedtime clock. It's past my bedtime, okay? But the first horror story I'm going to tell y'all is when I went natural and like really went natural. No games, no playing, no bullshitting. That awkward stage. And if you are delulu like me, you don't really realize you're going through the awkward stage until you're out of it. So I was literally moving, grooving, bumping, jumping, shaking, staking, all in this awkward natural stage. And then like a year or two later, I'm looking at pictures and I'm like, are my friends fake? Are they truly my friends? Why ain't nobody told me I was around here looking like a chia? Why nobody told me I was around here looking like a chia pet? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the way that I would style my hair when I first went natural, because I did not know anything about my hair. I didn't know how to style it. I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to do nothing but go to get it done. Go to get a perm. That's all I knew about my hair in its natural state. So when I first went natural, the way that I would style it is I would go and run my head under a tub faucet. Okay, I got the tub on, like I'm gonna take a bath. I put my head under and I just let it saturate and soak my hair, right? Okay, cool. Hydration, right? But that was not why I was doing this. That's not why I was doing this. I would get my hair soaking wet. I wouldn't put no product in it. Okay, I wouldn't put no gel. It literally just soak my hair wet, and then I would go get one of the thick headbands that I still use to this day. I just know how to use it right. I know how to use it right. And I would take it and put it on my head and I would squeeze it until it made a ponytail. Buffoonery. Pure buffoonery. The next horror story I have in my arsenal is when I was in college, I went and got a silk press, okay? And so I was going to college about an hour away from my hometown. And I want to get a silk press. I hadn't really been getting my hair done outside of the girl who lived on my campus that did my sew-ins. And I wanted to get my natural. Like I wanted a silk press. So I'm like, dang, who could I go to? So I instantly thought of my childhood hairstylist. Now I have moved from my childhood hometown and I moved to Houston. So because I had came to college from Houston, I didn't really have like a set hairstylist in my hometown anymore. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, you know what? I could reach out to the lady who used to do my hair when I was a kid. I set my appointment, get in my car, drive down to my hometown, which is Grand Rapids, and pull up to her shop. Now, when I was a kid, they were in like this very popular hair salon. Everybody went to this hair salon. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not going to say the name of the hair salon. And if you're from Grand Rapids, you probably already know what hair salon I'm talking about. But everybody went to this hair salon, okay, back in the day. And they had went from having a full-blown salon to individual suites. So every stylist had their own suite. I had not been to the new spot yet. I had only ever been to the salon that I went to as a child. So I'm like, okay, I pull up to the new spot. Now I'm like 5 minutes early. Okay, I ain't too early, but I'm like 5 minutes early. And so I park and I'm looking around for an entrance because the entrance was so incognito. It was not like... It was very hard to find, and I did not know what I was looking for. It was like a door. Well, no, windows. It was literally like, if I can remember correctly, it was like a door and then some stairs leading up to the suites. Long story short, I could not find a place. So I sent the lady who was doing my hair, I sent her a text like, hey, how do I get in here? Mind you, when I pulled up, I was 5 minutes early. After looking around, I probably was like, maybe at this point, I'm cutting it close. Like maybe 2 minutes early, right? So she doesn't text me back. She doesn't respond. I end up finding the door to get in, get up there, find her suite. As I'm walking in, y'all. As I'm walking in. Now, I don't know what they were talking about before I got there, but I can assume they were talking about clients. She was in there with some people she knew or whatever. They were talking about clients. And when I was walking in, and as I bent the corner, she was like, see, you see what I'm talking about? Her appointment is right. Mind y'all. Hold on, let me finish. She like, her appointment, you see what I'm talking about? Now, she got like 3 or 4 people in her suite. She like, you see what I'm talking about? Her appointment is right now, and she's just now texting me, asking me how to get here or how to get in here. So as I'm walking in, y'all, I'm a little slow. I was smoking a lot. I was doing a lot of gardening. Okay, it didn't register to me that she talking shit about me. Mind you, she had somebody else in her chair. I had to sit. She had somebody else in her chair, and then the lady she was talking to was another grown lady, and I ain't gonna do too much because she's a mom. She's the mom of a girl that I'm cool with. She was in there waiting to get in the chair next. So, and it's like by the time it dawned on me that she was talking about me. As I'm walking in, it got so quiet and awkward and silent. It was awkward the entire time. I'm like, I really don't know how to handle this because I want to cuss your ass out. But you're really cool with my mom. Like, you are a childhood. Like, you've been doing my hair since I was a kid. You are almost low-key a family friend. So I just made a mental note, like, I'm never coming back to this bitch again. Never. And it was so awkward when I want to say I sat there and waited for her to start my hair for like 30 to 45 minutes. So my thing is, you over here yap, talking shit. And you're not even ready. You're not even ready. And if that would have happened to me at this age, at this stage of my life, y'all, I would have read her rights. Do you hear me? Very, very professionally. I wouldn't have cussed. I wouldn't have flipped my shit. I would have let her know. Like, that is so unprofessional of you to ever be having a conversation about somebody that's coming to get their hair done as they're coming to get their hair done. If I text you and ask you to give me directions, either give me directions or don't. Or cancel my appointment if I come in too late. But how unprofessional is that? I low-key might have to write her on Facebook and let her know. Like, girl, I don't know if you remember this, but I heard you talking about me. I know you know that I heard you talk about me. So that was the first part of the horror of it all, right? And then what really put the icing on the cake, and I don't know if this is so much her fault as it is mine, I was bald head scallywag. I walked out of that damn shop looking like Justin Bieber. The black version. The actual black version. That's when I knew maybe silk purses is enough for me. Maybe I should stick to sew-ins. You know, maybe these hairstylists are just not for me. Maybe I should stick to something. I really don't even know why I stayed. I do know why I stayed, y'all. My hair was looking a hot mess and I needed to get it done. I had somewhere to go that night. And I did go looking like Justin Bieber. I did. I had somewhere to go. I needed my hair done. I had already booked the appointment. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let her finish my hair and I'm never coming back. But if there's any small, slight chance that she see this, but she probably won't because she old, bitch, you're unprofessional. And you better be happy that it happened when I was 19 and not when I'm 30. Okay? My next ultimate hair horror story is also back when I was in college, when I was first starting to go natural. I didn't really know much. I was not really big on YouTube at this point. I was not really watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos. And you know what's so funny about me is I'm not the type of person that likes to go to people for help or for answers. I will figure that shit out on my own. And that has been my come up, and that has also been my downfall. In this particular situation, it was my downfall. I wanted to do a wash and go on my hair because I had started to notice as I was going natural and as some of my permed hair was like naturally falling out, I was like peeping my curls. when my hair was wet. I'm like, oh, is this what's to be expected? I did not have the single slightest concept of idea about shrinkage. So imagine my surprise when I'm getting ready for work, right? And I get in that tub, turn on that tub, right? Put my head under, let it saturate, let it soak. And I get out and I'm like, oh, okay, the curls is busting, they busting. And I go to work. Actually, I went to my friend's house first before I went to work. And I'm sitting in my friend's bed and we gardening, we doing our thing. And I'm just feeling like I look different. I remember sitting in her bed and I remember looking at my phone, looking at my camera on my phone, and I'm like, I don't feel like I left the house looking like this. My hair has started shrinking as it was drying. And as it was shrinking, there was no product on it, right? I literally just water. So as it started to shrink, the curl definition that I had due to the water saturation was evaporating. And so my curls were disappearing. I was looking like fucking Norbit. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. And I'm like something, and this a trigger warning for some self-hate. This is around the time where I really was coming to grips with the fact that I do not like myself. I do not like how I look. I do not like how I take care of myself. Y'all, that's a different video for another day. That's a conversation that we can have, because that's not something that I'm ashamed about. I love to hear women talk about how they've always loved themselves. They always thought they was pretty, all of that. That's so beautiful. That was just not my reality. For the better part of most of my childhood and adolescence and young adulthood, I hated myself. I hated everything about me. I wanted to be anybody but me. We ain't gonna go there. It got deep for a second, but we're not gonna go there. I'm gonna snatch that right back. But if y'all want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
We won't go there, but we can.
We ain't gonna talk about it today, right here in this video. But that's something we can't talk about. Anyways, that was I literally just like stared. It's funny now. It was not funny then. I stared at my camera and I looked at my friend and I'm like, what do you think about my hair? And another thing is, this was around the time where I was getting a lot of my validation from others. Like, I needed other people to validate me, how I felt about me, how I looked, whatever. I couldn't get that confidence for myself because I didn't have it. I don't like me. I wasn't fucking with your girl at the time. I asked my friend, I'm like, what you think about this? And my friends were so, I don't know the word. It's not a bad word. It's like, it's not sweet, because it wasn't sweet, but she just was like, I mean, I wouldn't wear my hair like that, but it's okay. I had to go to work. And I worked with children. And so imagine going into work one day with like this sew-in, right? And then the very next day having to go in looking like more, but baby, they're going to let you know. You talk about a horror story, okay? A lot of my hair horror stories happened in college. That's pretty funny. That was like, college was when I was on my own, responsible for doing my own hair. Like, I didn't have my mom saying, "Oh, you need to get your hair done. It's time to book a sew-in." I didn't have anybody like managing me in that arena. My sister did, kind of, but she had her own life. She was pregnant. She's having a baby. She was trying to finish college. So I didn't really have anybody there to like instruct me on what to do with my hair. I was really just winging it, okay? And again, like I told y'all, I in that moment wanted to be anybody other than myself. So I would see these girls on social media going natural, but their hair texture was not mine. So I wanted to do things that they were doing with their hair that it's just like, girl, clock in, sister, clock in. So then we get to the wigs of it all. I started to wear wigs. This was, again, around my natural time. This was closer to when I was about to be done with school. I had started to date my boyfriend, who is now my fiance. Clock it. We had started dating, and I started to wear wigs. I was getting into my wig bag, right? And I had bought a wig. And I am somebody who had to learn patience and like learn that in order to achieve a certain look, you have to be willing to slow down and really put that work in. I'm somebody who's very impatient. I don't like stuff to take too long. Like, I I will bullshit some shit if it's starting to take too long. And so when it came time to put the braids in my, my hair to put my wigs on, my hair is thick, okay? And it's very coily. It is 4C. So it would take me a very long time to like get through the process of braiding my hair down. So I would be like, you know what? Who said these braids had to be small? I didn't. I was slapping the fattest braids. It would be like maybe 3 fat ass braids in my hair. Okay? And I would put my wig on. And again, and Delulu. So I didn't realize until after the fact that my wig was sitting atop my head like a goddamn hat. It was giving baseball cap atop my head. Atop my head. Yep. And shout out to my man, because he was so gentle. He was ever so gentle with it. I want to say I was telling him like that I was gonna order me a new wig, and he was like, "Babe, I'm not sure that I really think that the wigs are." I'm not sure that I think that the wigs are supposed to sit like that on your head. And I'm a defensive girl, especially when it comes to men. Don't tell me nothing about I don't want to hear it. No, I'm very defensive. Okay, so when he said that, what is you saying? What you mean? What you know? What you know? What you know about that? And he said it's kind of sitting on your head. And I'm just sitting there like, no way. There's no way. Nobody said anything. Nobody was going to tell me. There's no way. And I went back and I looked at some pictures that we had took. And lo and behold, it was perched. It was perched right atop my motherfucking head. And I just sat and I just thought, like, how many people have I been around? How many places have I gone with this wig sitting atop my head like Cat in a Hat? These stories are triggering me a lot more than I would like them to. They are taking me back to a place that I've long left behind. And the final wig horror story may be the funniest, and that's because that is the absolute most recent. This is when I was a teacher about 2 years ago, y'all. This is another silk press story, but this silk press was eating, and it was short because, again, this has been my life. This is at this point, short hair is a lifestyle, and don't let nobody tell you different. Okay, my hair was short, but it was styled really, really, really cute. Shout out to my hairstylist Tiffany. And I really thought I was that girl. I was that girl. It wasn't no thoughts behind it. I was that girl. Okay, I had it was like a deep part with a little bang, right? Some comfort right here. It was cute. And I went into work. Okay, and when I got dressed for work that morning, I really took my time, because I knew, like, oh, I'm gonna fuck them up. They're so used to me coming into work. For the most part, I will wear like just a puff pony to work every day, because it was the best of times and it was the worst of times, and I just really didn't have time to do my hair. I was so stressed. So I'm like, oh, I'm finna really fuck them up. I'm going there off the silk press. I'm gonna fuck them up with the bang. I'm gonna fuck them up. All these old women, old black women working up in here. You know what I'm saying? And they cute with their little updos, but I'm finna fuck them up. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. So going to work, whatever, and I started working at this school maybe a year after the pandemic was over. And to just be quite frank and quite honest, I didn't trust them. I didn't trust the kids. I didn't trust the staff. I didn't trust anybody. I have a child at home. Okay? So I was up in there with the mask on. Every day. Every day I come in there, I gotta grab my mask. Gotta put my mask on. Every day. I need a mask. And so I come into school and I had my, oh my God, y'all, it was my favorite leather jacket, y'all. It was a leather jacket, had the little puff sleeves. It was so cute. I'm so mad I left it in Vegas. I will never forgive myself. But y'all, I had my little puff black jacket on. It was leather. It was a little crop thing, a little crop moment. I had on my black shirt. I was giving all black. Okay, I was coming in there to fuck the scene up. I was not playing. I had on an all black crop leather jacket with the puff sleeves. I had a black turtleneck. I had my black slacks. Can't remember what shoes I had on, but I'm pretty sure it took the outfit to another level. I was doing it big. I put my mask on. I'm at work. I do everything normal, everything the same. Sitting at the table on the front. And, you know, I got to check myself out. Now, it's about, at this point, I got to work, 6:50, 7. It's about 8, 9. It ain't been too long. It's not hot. It's not hot in the place. This is the winter time. So when I feel, because, you know, I'm flipping my bang. This is what you do when you're doing this shit. I'm flipping my bang. Got to put emphasis on it. Every minute, I'm flipping my bang. And it stops moving. This was the first time. It wasn't flipping. It wasn't flipping. So I said, okay, I'm tripping. It's probably because I'm flipping. I'm flipping it. I'm flipping it way too much. I just keep flipping it. I'm flipping it. Gotta stop flipping it. So I started, you know, I just move it, right? I move it. And it's fluffy. And it's like, no. I know when I left the house this morning, I was eating. I know that I was eating. I know this. And that morning, I recorded like a little get ready with me. I was feeling myself. Recorded a little get ready with me, put it on Instagram. I go check the video out. Because I'm like, maybe I was tripping. Was I tripping? I can be delulu sometimes. Was I being delulu? Go check my Instagram. Check the video. No, I was giving it to the girls like I thought I was. I was doing exactly what I thought I was doing. I was exactly who I thought I was this morning. So why? What is happening to me right now? It's not hot. It's not humid. Why is my hair literally puffing up? Like, this was so... I could have never foresaw this happening to me on this day. And I just couldn't understand it. And I'm sitting there all day. I'm trying to figure it out. What's going on? At this point, I done puffed up. Okay, bang is fat. It's not moving. My best bet is just to try to tuck it behind my ears the best that I can. It wasn't working. I was looking a mess, looking foolish, looking a fool. And then it hit me. And unfortunately, it didn't hit me until the end of the day. So all of the damage that I could have done to my hair, I did it. My mask. It was the mask. My breath. Every breath I took, when I exhaled, all of my breath was being funneled straight up. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is what was happening. I don't know if you've ever seen somebody who wear glasses that wear a mask, and they'll say like, "Oh, my glasses fog up." It's because of your breath. My breath was literally getting funneled straight up, and the humidity, the heat in my breath. The spittle and the heat of my breath was slowly taking me out with every breath I took. How y'all think that made me feel? I was betrayed by my own damn breath. How's that? So those are some of my horror stories. Like and subscribe if you chuckled even a little bit, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.